I want to welcome my YouTube friends and followers, uh, and welcome any new folks who are coming to uh, observe, watch, learn, enjoy, get entertained. I'm doing a special uh, YouTube today, special in that I've never done it before, but um, it is uh, uh, this month today, um, first of every month. My friend Barbara Weltman publishes, in addition to her daily uh, comment, she publishes about 12 uh, articles, 12 other articles about specific matters of tax interests or business interest. And as I read today's uh, publishing, she had a lot of really, really good information about taxes. April traditionally is tax time in the United States. Uh, Personal tax time. Business taxes, there are deadlines all year long. Uh, but in the consumer world, April 15th is a traditional tax filing date. Uh, with things as confusing as I've seen, I don't know if there's going to be anybody at the IRS to actually uh, read your study, take in your tax return. Actually, machines do it, but there are flags in within all the tax returns that might force an individual to spend some time with that particular tax return. I don't even know how they're doing it anymore, uh, particularly with the popularity of artificial intelligence. I have no idea what's going on at the IRS, but maybe that's in the major plans to cut the work staff at IRS and replace it with a machine that transmits artificial learning information. So, uh, whatever is going on. But uh, I found also too, this is as I'm getting older, I don't get too many April Fools kinds of things that I used to get uh, when I was growing up, and the only one I got today was an obvious scam, an invoice for I don't know thousands of dollars, and I just laughed because there's absolutely no way that was. Anyways, okay. Barbara's first story was don't take tax advice from. Don't take tax advice from. Barbara starts the story. Several years ago, I was at a restaurant and a party of four at the next table were discussing IRA rollovers. I couldn't help but overhear the conversation, much of which was correct, but some was not. And Barbara says that this incident serves as a reminder about who not to take tax advice from. Um, I'll read the first paragraph. There may be good information on some social media sites. For example, we post information on Facebook. Uh, I guess that's a plug for Barbara's Facebook page at Barbara Weltman. The But there's a lot of incorrect or fraudulent information floating around. The IRS says to beware of tax advice of on social media. What can go wrong? Bad tax advice on social media can mislead you about refund eligibility. Influence may convince you to lie in your forms or to suggest the IRS is keeping your tax credit secret from you. It goes on and on and on. So beware. Uh, for sure, if you have an accountant who does your tax returns or a CPA, ask them any questions that you might have, or really, I'm highly suggest get Barbara's book at Amazon.com. Small Business Taxes 2025, information about the 2024 tax return and 2025 tax advice, predictions, things that are going on, legislation that is in Congress. That's what Barbara does with her book. And besides that, her book uh, gives case studies, and speaks in very simple language about the point that is Barbara's trying to make. Barbara's trying to share. I highly recommend, and I say that I've said this many times. The way that I read Barbara's book is that I will pick it up and I will go to the index, the keyword index, to find out a specific topic or concern that I want some more information on or I want to learn about. That's how I read the book. You can certainly go to the table of contents and see how everything is laid out. Okay, let's go back. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was the first article. Second article, regaining focus in the workplace. I'm not going to go deep into this because she's pretty well says it in her opening statement on the blog. A study in Australia last year entitled Lost Focus: The Cost of Distraction on Productivity in the Modern Workplace found that 92% of employers considered lost focus to be a major problem, with 80% of workers saying that cannot go on 1 hour without being distracted. Lack of focus results in lack of productivity, lack of creativity, accidents, and a general hit to your bottom line. So that is a big, important fact. Regaining focus in the workplace. I suggest that you read that, particularly if you are in the workplace. So Barbara will share some her expertise with you on that matter. But as a small business owner in the workplace, uh, things are going to change. And I have to say, from what I'm reading, that AI intelligence is going to be uh, in that particular area, and regaining focus. It's going to become a commonplace in lots of businesses. Um, Here's maybe the best question, and I don't know if there. I don't know if anybody knows what's happening in Congress to help small business, especially those in Washington. Many law changes, this is tax measures that are being debated now in Congress, will have an impact on small business as they do every year. But there are some proposals specifically concerning small businesses. I will go into that article a little bit uh, deeper. As you may know, the House has the Small Business Committee in the Senate, and the Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurs and Entrepreneurship in the I guess it's in the legislator. Oh, in the House. Oh no, the House is a small business committee. In the Senate, it's the Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. Each has subcommittees on such topics as economic growth, tax, access to capital, contracting and infrastructure, oversight, investigations and regulations, rural development, energy, supply chains, and workforce development. Um, there actually is things happening in Congress for uh, uh, for small business. So continue reading what Barbara has to say, and then go to the links that she has, and it'll give you the most up to date information. Oh, that's what I did wrong last time. Scaling your business by embracing AI was her next topic. Generative AI is defined as deep learning models that can generate high quality text, images, and other content based on the data they were trained on. According to a U.S. Chamber of Commerce study last September, 40% of small businesses use generative AI, and 91% AI will help with growth in the future. If you're looking to scale your business, here are some ideas you can deploy generative AI to help you achieve your goals. Okay, let me comment on that one very quickly. I, in fact, am totally embracing uh, my AI of choice. Happens to be um, a program called MAGI, MAGAI, and it happens to be developed by uh, funny and very helpful. I know the developer of that particular AI technology, and what he has done is gone into a half a dozen sources or so of databases. So instead of going to one database to get information, he is Magi uh, is going to multiple databases. And I just learned last week, as I listened to Dustin do a webinar, that it's even going to another step and to another step after that. And I think those are called deep learning or deep research. So you go and you get the first line of information, go to deep research to get another additional bit of information, and then again go to deep research for some more information. So, bottom line, whereas I really had my doubts about AI, how it would personally benefit me, I have not. I do not have those doubts anymore. As a matter of fact, I am creating. Um, a video ebook. I'm not sure what it's how it's going to be in its final format, but I am taking questions from basic questions. In 2007, I published a book, How Do You Answer These 749 Questions About Your Small Business? There's a copy of the book someplace. Um, uh, it by design did not have answers. It was a workbook where the small business owner or student uh, reading could make notes, uh, call my attorney, call my accountant, my CPA, call Small Biz David. Yay! And that's how that went. The greatest criticism I got to the book, actually, the only criticism I got about it was that I did not provide the answers. So I took that to heart, and almost within 30 days of hearing that for the first time, I started to produce YouTubes that were going to be providing the answers to the questions in the categories of entrepreneurship, small business, marketing and sales, trust and value. And I did over 3,000 hours of YouTubes. Uh, Not just myself. I probably had conversations with about 500 people in those 3,000 hours. Now, if you go to my channel, my YouTube channel, youtube.com at David F. Leopold, you will not see, uh, you'll only see things that I've done in the last 10 years and not even all of those. So there's 4 different tabs. There's videos underneath under each one of the tabs. So a lot of information. But I made the decision last week that it was absolutely incumbent upon me about uh, asking uh, 25. I wasn't going to ask 794 questions. I was going to ask maybe 25 questions on issues, concerns today, 2025, marketing and sales. Uh, uh, well, actually, as it's starting out, the first 10 questions, uh, there's AI in them, there's marketing and sales, uh, the most important issues. Now, what I did was I answered the question as I would have answered it without AI assistance. Then I went to AI and asked the question, and I was amazed at the output that I got. And so I'm going to be creating a whole series uh, based around that, where I will, same thing, ask the question, give my answer without AI assistance, add AI assistance, and do a final editorial comment about what you've just heard. That's happening. Embrace AI any way you can. Um, Women owned business in 2025. March was Women's History Month, a great time to consider the impact of women in business. According to a Wells Fargo 2024 Impact of Women Owned Business report, women owned businesses are forming businesses, increasing revenue, and employing more people faster than men. Here's a deep dive into the facts about women-owned business today. I'm not going to go into that deep dive right now, but I suggest hit Barbara's read more button to uh, get that considered. Next question. Barbara asks, what to do about executive orders impacting your workplace? My head is spinning on that. Thank goodness I'm a sole proprietor, and it's just me that I have to be concerned with. I'd be struggling if I had employees at this point in my life, really. As of February 26, 2025, just over a month ago, President Trump had signed 76 executive orders. A number of these orders have direct or indirect impact on employers in the private sector. Some of these orders are being challenged in court. Uh, I love Barbara's summary statement. The result, there is considerable confusion about what to do. If you want to get smart about the confusion, hit Barbara's read more on that one. Simple IRAs are not so simple in 2025. Um, a savings incentive match plan for employers. Simple IRA plan is a cost-effective way for small business to offer meaningful retirement savings options for its employees. I'm definitely not going to go on this because I have. It's been a long time. It's been years since I had any IRA exposure, so I don't spend a whole lot of time reading about it. It doesn't impact me. And then she has some guest blogs, The Secret to Writing Emails That Customers Can't Ignore. Great. I started to read it. How to Start an Art Gallery, a Business Owner's Guide. If that's of interest to you. 5 important lessons small business owners can take from poker professionals. That's an interesting one. I haven't read it, but I probably will. Although maybe not because I'm not a poker player. Wow. 6 best emotional intelligence books for leadership success, updated 2025. Uh, Absolutely a must read. 5 reasons to name a great place to start when building your brand. Great start. Great thing to read. How to start a food truck. I've been fascinated by food trucks. And of course, um, they became very popular during the pandemic when people could not, they started in popularity. Uh, People could not go into restaurants necessarily, and a lot of restrictions. So they became very important. Now, food trucks in Cincinnati, I can only comment on because that's where I see them. Extremely, extremely important to the small business economy. Our food trucks I see every day. I see them someplace. So it's a good thing. And there's even, and I'm sure many communities have this, uh, they have a designated day where, and a location where all there are food trucks so that the consumers can take advantage of what is available. There's some fancy food trucks out there right now. I saw one yesterday. Workplace theft and how your business can address it. Um, I don't need to read it. uh, Folks should read it. My only comment on that was, at one time I had, coming to my uh, indoor cycling class that I was teaching, uh, a gentleman who was uh, working for, I'm not actually going to name the company. Uh, he was working for them, and they would task him, the corporation would task him with um, challenges that the company was having, where they were losing money, noticeably losing money, and what could he do to fix it? And that was his job for the last 4 or 5 years that I knew Ken. And at any rate, he was tasked one year with uh, eliminating theft, or actually they call it overage, or there's a term that's slipping my mind right now. Over It might be overage, that happens at the noticeable at the cash registers, and so in a food business, grocery business, it tends to be a major problem, and it was with this company, and so uh, Ken, he studied it for at least a year, maybe 2 years, and then came up with recommendations. And I assume they're in place because the company is still in business. Okay, then well, here's might as well show it up close. That's what Barbara's book looks like. 2025 tax books. She has another book that she publishes every year, 1001 deductions and tax breaks for 2025. So that's what I wanted to share today. Uh, Thank you, Barbara, for the wonderful small business information that you bring to the marketplace every single day. Barbara publishes, and then, as I said, 12 times a year for a month, she has her monthly newsletter, and then publishes books throughout the year. She usually has 2 to 3 and sometimes 4 books in motion. Lots, lots of information. And I also want to thank Barbara for uh, the the fun that we have had in the last 17 years, uh, sharing your expertise and my expertise in the marketplace. Barbara and I, and I'll end with this. One year, actually, it was we did it for more than a year. Fridays at 11 o'clock, we were on a website, and the website was not uh, geared to small business or business at all, but I was the only one on the site that was doing small business content. So anytime that I was on the site uh, producing a live stream, the front page of the website had me on the front page saying, David's live now, boom. Uh, it was not unusual in those days for Barbara and I to have 5,000 folks every Friday come in, and I don't know how long they were there, but at least they were there and and probably long enough to grab one bit of good advice, something that will bring value into their life, and off to the next. So thank you, Barbara. And depending upon the response I get to this particular uh, uh, YouTube, maybe on May 1st, you'll see me again. And maybe May 1st, when we see each other the next time for this, will be the best time. And as always, do what you love and love what you do. Enjoy your day.